What is up, YouTube? This is SinDragonLord here, bringing you another battle between me and TheBlueClassic1. I will leave the link to his YouTube channel in the description below. This is an NU match I had with him just fairly recently. I know this NU team looks a lot different than the one I used before, but I decided to make a few adjustments, kind of tweak it here and there, and I actually like the way it's working. They got a lot of symmetry, and you'll see that here in the next couple minutes. So, without any further ado, let's start this match. So yeah, like I said, this is against TheBlueClassic1, a friend of mine from the Pokemon Battling Club on Facebook. So he leads off with his Regirock, and I lead off with the Intercontinental Champion, Continent. Didn't. Yeah, I know, it's a very original name, ha ha ha, shut up. So I lead off with Rock Polish. And, because I'm thinking at this point, I'll take the time to set up, because I know this Regirock can't really hurt me right now. All he can do is really set up. So I figure while he's setting up, I'll set up. So he sets up his rocks, and I'm at +2 speed. So I just go straight for the EQ. And I nearly shit bricks, because clearly this thing ain't max defense, because that did a lot more than it should have. Either that or my Torterra is just that big of a boss. So he goes for the Stone Edge, does virtually nothing, just because I resist it. I pretty much resist a lot of the things Regirock can learn, except for maybe like Fire Punch, maybe. But even then, it won't do much just because of its piss-poor attack without curse boosts. But anyway, I go for another Earthquake, and I know because of Lefty's Recovery, it won't quite kill it, but it'll bring it to a range to where if I breathe on it, it'll kill it. And that's good news for everybody. So he goes for an EQ. Once again, I resist it, so it's not going to do much. So I get more Lefty's Recovery, and so yeah, he gets Lefty's Recovery, I get Lefty's Recovery, everyone's just nom-nom-gnawing on their leftovers. Then I go for the Earthquake, and let's just put it this way, Regirock's dinner is, well, cut short. So that's +1 for Continent, yay! And Regirock goes down, because I do not want that bulky sumbitch being around late game when I'm trying to make momentum, and he just won't let me. So that's one humongous threat out of the way, and then he goes into Throw. Now, I know this thing won't die to one hit because of its ability, but I don't think Earthquake will even bring it down to that point. So yeah, I was right. It barely took out half. So it goes for the Circle Throw, which is basically Dragon Tail, and brings me out to my Marowak. And I'm like, oh my god, yes, Marowak will fuck shit up. And so I go for the Double Edge. And he predicts me to do that, and he switches into his Mischievous. And I'm thinking, shit. That's perfect. Now this is just, oh well, prediction for the win. He got me there. And then he Will-O-Wisps me. I'm like, oh, fuck my life, man. I mean, max attack, thick club. God damn, my attacker is now done. And I don't know why I went for Earthquake. I think I meant to click Stone Edge, but I hit the wrong button. I don't know what happened there. Don't judge. So I switch out because Triple H is utterly useless to me right now. So I go into my Ringmaster, which is my Ursa Ring. Now, what I should have done is really just went. I should have just went for the Crunch, or I should have predicted the switch, gone for the Facade, but I didn't. I was predicting him to stay because I figured Eviolite he can take a hit, so I go for the Crunch, and Throw takes it like a man. So now I'm kind of in a position where okay, well I know I can outspeed it, so I get the Facade, which is Facade boosted, stab boosted, just high attack in general. It's done. There's no way he's surviving that. It's just done. So he sends out his Cacturn. And this thing, as you'll find out later in the battle, is a huge thorn in my side. It is such a pain in the ass for me to deal with. Because first of all, Sucker Punch brings me all the way the fuck down. Like, Jesus, overpowered motherfucker. Then Life Orb, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I send out my Ecopenis, which is my Scolipede. And, anyway, so Stealth Rock does not really agree with Scolipede, but he switches out, which was a very smart play, and he goes into Garbodor. And I completely forgot at this point that he had Garbodor, so I went straight for the X-Scissor. And it does, nothing. And this is a choice banded Scolipede. It did nothing. I'm like, shit. Then, and now at this point, I have to switch. I've got to get out of here. I need Scolipede for later. So I go back into Torterra. And Because I know Torterra really can't, or Garbodor can't really hurt my Torterra. But he goes for the gunk shot, and he misses. I'm like, okay, I'm perfectly content with this. And so I get my lefty's recovery, and now I'm given the opportunity to really kind of just have my way, so to speak. So I go straight for the EQ, and it is not going to kill this Garbodor. This is that it almost does, but not quite there. Just not quite. Maybe like 40 HP maximum. And he goes for the Clear Smog, and I'm not really sure why. Because I hadn't used my rock polishes yet. Maybe it was a misclick, or maybe he thought I set up rock or my polish. I really don't know. Or maybe he was predicting me to set up my polish. Maybe that was it. Maybe. Good prediction on his part, but it's not the case. He goes for another gunk shot. This time he manages to get it to hit. And I'm thinking, okay, well, it's a resisted hit. I'll be able to take it like a man. But then he gets the poison. I'm like, son of a bitch! So, yeah, I get my lefty's recovery, and I'm thinking, God, this is just not looking good. I mean, a lot of my main players are being, statused. The only one I really want status is Ursaring. Why couldn't you have statused Ursaring? So I go for the EQ, taking out this Garbodor. And, yeah, I'm thinking, I took out the trash, so to speak. So, yeah, down goes Garbodor. And I get my lefty's recovery, poison. Yeah, let's let the animation catch up with my narration here. So it brings me down to the red range, and I'm thinking, nah, fuck. And then he brings out Cacturne, and I'm like, oh, double fuck. And I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Death Fodder. I know he's going to go for Sucker Punch. He's not going to live much more than another turn regardless, so I just said, Death Fodder. So Continent's dead, and I'm thinking, okay, well, there goes one of my main players. So I go into my M-Bar, which is Blitz. And this guy, oh my god, this guy just wrecks. This guy just wrecks. And so he goes into his Mischievous, and I go for the Flare Blitz. And, ladies and gentlemen, a Violite Mischievous gets half. That is amazing. And I mean, I know Mischievous's defenses aren't that great to begin with, but still, I mean, that's just amazing. That was just amazing in my book. But he gets a special defense drop. I'm like, I'm just getting hacked every which way. The hell? So I go for another Flare Blitz, and down goes the Mischievous. I guess revenge for basically making my Marowak useless. So then he goes into his Kangaskhan. And I'm thinking, okay, Kangaskhan. I'm not going to risk, an EQ coming from this thing, so I'm just going to switch. I go into Marowak again, kind of as Death Fodder, just because, I'm not expecting him to do much work this battle. And he goes for the Fake Out. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I got max attack, max defense. I'm thinking, oh shit, crit. Okay, did the Hacks gods frown upon me today? Did I say something? Because I'm getting hacked in every form imaginable. So he sent back out his Cacturne after getting the crit Fake Out. And I go for the Double Edge. I'm thinking, okay, this isn't going to do much at all, really. I mean, this Cacturne is basically going to laugh in my face. Holy shit. Marowak, even with half its attack gone, still manages to almost kill it. I'm like, Marowak, I have underestimated you. I love you. And take out this Cacturne for me, please. But he goes for the Swords Dance. I was expecting the, the Sucker Punch. I guess it was a misclick, or maybe he was expecting me to set up myself. I don't know what it was, but he goes for Swords Dance, and it allows me to take him out. But I die due to a residual burn regardless. But I'm really happy about my Marowak right now. It did work, irregardless of its handicap, to say the least. So I go back into Ika Penis, and more Stealth Rock damage, which it does not like at all. And he goes for the Fake Out, and I'm thinking, oh great, why don't you just crit me again? Crit me again, I dare you. I double dare you. Well, no crit, but it still did do a hefty chunk. And so now he goes for the Sucker Punch, and I'm thinking, oh, fuck my life. Alright, fine. Ika Penis is dead, that's fine. So my Choice Bandit, Sweeper is gone, but it's fine, I guess. So I go back into Blitz. Now, here's the moment of truth. Can he live a Life Orb boosted Sucker Punch non-stab resisted? I think so, guys. And with 28 HP, I do. And ladies and gentlemen, I figure let's end this with a bang. So we go for the flare blitz. You know, fucking flare, you know, explosions across the sky. It's basically 4th of July here in the SinDragon lair. And down goes the Kangaskhan, and down goes Blitz. You know, and that, ladies and gentlemen, will be the game. It was a really fun match. He had me on the edge of my feet. Crits, okay, fine, but, you know, it worked itself out in the end, I guess. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, subscribe to his channel. He's a hell of a competitor. And guys, this is SinDragonLord, and I am signing out. Peace.